How exactly did you prove your unsupportive parents wrong? My sister Clara was their masterpiece, a thriving gallery owner, penthouse in Chelsea, parents who saw her every whim as a brilliant investment. I, on the other hand, was an invisible fixture, managing a struggling vintage clothing store where the rent was perpetually overdue. Family gatherings felt like a public exhibition of my shortcomings. With Clara as the gleaming trophy they paraded around, the annual spring gala, an event I dreaded, truly showcased their favoritism. Clara swept in, draped in designer silk that whispered money with every rustle. The glint of her newly acquired antique brooch, a gift from our parents, seemed to mock my humble attire. They swarmed her, exclaiming over her latest art acquisition, their faces beaming with a pride they'd never once shown me. Still playing dress-up with old clothes, darling, Mom's voice, laced with a pity usually reserved for charity cases, sliced through the air. She immediately turned to Clara. Tell us about the bidding war for that Monet, sweetheart. Dad's chest swelled as Clara regaled them with tales of high-stakes art deals and exclusive auctions. His eyes, usually distant with me, sparkled with genuine admiration when she mentioned a new partnership with a prestigious European gallery. He actually clapped. Some people just have an innate eye for value, he declared, his gaze pointedly landing on me. It's a natural gift, really. I focused on the canips, my grip on the small plate tightening. The subtle digs continued throughout the evening. I fantasized about returning to design school, maybe even getting an internship at Clara's gallery. Perhaps it was time to finally take my passion seriously. Each veiled insult felt like a fresh bruise. My jaw ached from clenching it against their thinly veiled criticisms. When I brought Leo home for Thanksgiving, their disdain escalated. Leo, a talented but modest freelance photographer, had hands calloused from carrying equipment, but a smile that could light up a room. Clara's venture capitalist fiancé droned on about his private jet and their upcoming trip to the Swiss Alps, while my parents hung on his every word. Different people have different ambitions, I suppose. Mum drawled to Clara, loud enough for Leo and me to hear. My face burned with humiliation. Dad cornered me by the fireplace. You're 30, dear. Don't you think it's time to elevate your circle? His disappointed sigh was a physical blow. The final, crushing blow came during the toast. Clara casually revealed that our parents had fronted the capital for her second gallery expansion. A cool $50,000 transferred without a second thought. 6 months prior, I'd asked for a $500 loan to cover an urgent supply order for my shop, and received a lecture about fiscal responsibility. We believe in nurturing proven potential, Dad explained, his words sharper than any knife. I excused myself to the powder room, staring at my reflection, tears blurring my vision. In that moment, I wanted to scream, to unleash every frustrated thought about their biased investments. Instead, I splashed cold water on my face, took a deep breath, and returned to endure the rest of their performance. 2 weeks later, destiny delivered its revelation, wrapped in a shocking package. Working late at my shop, I noticed a familiar, luxury vehicle pull up across the street. Clara, stepping out with an older man, a prominent city councilman notorious for his clean image, entered a discreet high-end pawnshop. Her fiancé was supposedly at a conference in Dubai. My stomach lurched as I watched her slip a small, ornate box across the counter. The councilman's relieved smile and the thick envelope he handed her sent a shiver down my spine. This wasn't a casual meeting. My late-night research became an obsession, pulling me into a murky abyss. Councilman Thompson, multiple undisclosed luxury purchases, suspicious cash deposits, a series of encrypted messages and hushed phone calls from Clara's discarded burner phone, which I'd found during her last hurried visit. The insidious pattern emerged like a stain spreading through pristine silk. My perfect sister was a blackmailer. She had been secretly fencing stolen artifacts and rare art pieces, coercing powerful figures into buying them at inflated prices to cover up their own illicit dealings. Every successful acquisition our parents lauded was built on a foundation of lies and criminal enterprise. The evidence was undeniable. Dozens of shady transactions, meticulously documented threats, a web of deceit that had funded her entire illustrious career. I anonymously sent everything to the city's Special Investigations Unit. Within days, headlines screamed, prominent gallery owner implicated in art forgery and extortion ring, assets frozen, gallery seized, international warrants issued. She moved back into our childhood home, disgraced, destitute, facing years in federal prison. When I finally called my parents, there was only stunned silence. We had no idea, Dad whispered, his voice hoarse. Perhaps if you had bothered to see beyond your golden child, you might have noticed who she truly was. Mum's choked sobs rattled through the phone. "We're so profoundly sorry. You were the only one with integrity." 6 months later, they attended the grand opening of my expanded vintage boutique with genuine, unfeigned pride. Dad, humbled, even offered Leo a commission for a new photo series showcasing my designs. Meanwhile, Clara, stripped of her titles and connections, now works as a docent at a small regional museum. Her once glowing reputation shattered, her mugshot a constant reminder of her fall from grace. The golden child had lost everything, while their dismissed daughter had, against all odds, built something real and honest. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to smash that thumbs up and hit subscribe for more unforgettable, emotional, and viral true stories. We want to hear from you. Drop a comment and tell us, where in the world are you watching from?